a lot of people kind of always ask the question of like, what's your favourite books and stuff like that. So like last night we was in the Indian and you banged in and managed to knock a pint over someone and you quickly killed them with kindness and said, oh, look, I'll get you a meal. I apologise and stuff like that. And afterwards, when I spoke to you, you were speaking then about books and you spoke about The Secret and The Law of Attraction and killing them with kindness. Now, as we finished our meal, the guy, because you was that kind, wanted to pay for our meal. And it completely almost flipped around.
It was crazy.
Like, would you say, is that your favourite book? Is there any other books that kind of influenced you like that? Because how you quickly managed to turn that around.
The guy was angry.
And the guy was angry.
Yeah.
He was very angry. And you managed to quickly turn it around that at the end of it, like I said, he was almost like, I'll get your meal. Like, is that as The Secret or has any other books influenced you on that?
I think up until, 2000, and I was kind of lost in life because I didn't know why things were happening. In life, when you don't know, some things are happening and you ask like, why are these things happening to me? Why do I always have these, things happening to me? And I didn't realize that it was actually me who was like creating the circumstances for those things to happen to me because of the way I was thinking, of the way I was behaving with others, the way I was, crafting my character was not intentional. So my personality was not intentionally built, but it was left to wander around in the wind. And how do you build character? Of course, it's with your thoughts and with your intentions and with your emotions as well. In 2008, I had a blog. I said, I'm going to allow my blog to be public and I will allow everyone else to write on my blog. So what I've done is I went to other bloggers and I said, hey, do you want to contribute to this blog? It's growing fast. We'll have like 100 bloggers community where everyone can post interesting things. And because, we'll have lots of links from other bloggers as well, then, your, content will rank higher on Google. So this was after I discovered the power of Blogspot with the prior article that I've written about, people finding water on moon. So I discovered that and I said, like, this is crazy. I'm going to build another blog, but this time I'm going to let other bloggers to write on this Blogspot blog. And one of the guys was actually local. One of the 100 bloggers who contributed to our blog was a local in my city. And he made me a visit. And he was fascinated by how I built a community of 100 bloggers in a few months. He said oh, you must, know the book, The Secret, the movie, The Secret just came out not long ago. I was like, no, I'm not aware of it. And then he introduced me to it. I went into my room that night and I watched the movie. And I was in a euphoria. And I know now thinking of it is just a basic concept because there's so many other things that I found after that. But when I've seen that movie, I was in a euphoric state for weeks. I felt like I found something that has not been revealed to me before. We actually have power to influence our circumstances and not by, physically forcing others, but mentally forcing ourselves to think in a different way, to instead of always thinking of what bad things can happen to us, we can flip it around and we can think what good things can actually happen to us. And whenever you are doing something to others, and of course, this is in the Bible and in every philosophical book, every religious book, do unto others the way you would want others to do unto you. I just started applying these concepts from, the Secret, and of course, lots of other books I've discovered afterward. The Master Key System by Charles F. Hay is so good. It explains how the conscious thinking trains the subconscious mind. Yeah. So after a while, you start thinking automatically. You don't have to force yourself to think in a certain way. Initially, you have to because the subconscious mind has to train, the conscious mind has to train intentionally the subconscious mind to think in a certain way. But after a while, it gets you just like you walk out of the room and flip the switch. It's going to be automatic. So the Master Key System, of course, Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich, and the one small book that had the most impact, I think, initially, and even now, I'll give you a copy. I think the copy is there. Yeah. It's by James Allen. It summarizes everything very, very well in a very small book. It changed my life. It did change my life completely.